Welcome back to Learn Smarty. Today's lesson is one that can truly shift the direction of your life. Most people ignore it, but it decides who moves forward and who keeps feeling stuck. The message is simple, yet incredibly powerful. Don't cry for yesterday. Release the past and move ahead. Lesson 1: Let go of yesterday. Life is like a long road. If we keep our eyes fixed on the rearview mirror, we eventually crash. When we constantly think about what went wrong, who hurt us, what we lost, or what mistakes we made, we block ourselves from seeing the opportunities waiting ahead. Many of us hold onto emotional weight like a stone. We carry old memories, old failures, old relationships, old regrets everywhere we go. And slowly, we get tired. Not because life is difficult, but because we refuse to drop what has already ended. We must understand something important. The past is not a prison. It's a lesson. Whatever happened has already happened. We cannot rewrite yesterday, but we can absolutely shape tomorrow. Think about this. A person who fell in the past can still run again. A person who made mistakes can still build a beautiful life ahead. Someone who was once broken can still rise stronger than before. What matters is not the past. What matters is what we do from this moment forward. Right now, our power is not in crying over yesterday. Our power is in saying, I am ready for a new chapter. A moment of reflection. Close your eyes for a few seconds and ask yourself honestly, what is holding me back? Is it a failure? A broken relationship? Something someone said? Or maybe your own self-doubt? Whatever it is, take a deep breath and whisper, thank you for the lesson, now I release you. We are not meant to live under the shadow of our past. We are meant to grow above it. Look forward. There is far more life ahead of you than behind you. Your future is calling you loudly and clearly. Remember, yesterday cannot return. But tomorrow is waiting for your courage. Walk forward, slowly, steadily, with strength, hope, and the belief that life improves the moment we choose to move on. Why letting go matters. Holding the past blocks the future. The moment you let go, your hands become free to receive new opportunities, new people, new blessings. Tell yourself, my past is a chapter, not my entire book. Your life story is still being written. You have so much more ahead of you, more joy, more growth, more strength, more purpose. Take a step forward today. Even a small step counts. Thank you for listening to Learn Smarty. If this message helped you, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. More powerful lessons are coming your way. Have you ever noticed how a small negative thought can ruin your whole day? One disappointing message, one rude comment, one small mistake. And suddenly everything feels heavy. Negativity spreads quickly, like a drop of ink in clear water. If we don't stop it, it colors everything. Our mood, our energy, our focus, our confidence. That's why today's lesson is extremely important. Let go of negativity, because it steals the peace you deserve. Lesson 2: Release negative energy. Life will always bring challenges. People will disappoint you. Plans will break. Days will be difficult. But none of these things should control your entire life. Negativity is like a storm, strong for a moment, but temporary. Your mind, your heart, and your future are far bigger than a few bad moments. The problem is not negativity itself. The real problem is when we invite it inside and let it stay. We replay the same hurtful words. We relive the same disappointment. We imagine the worst possible outcomes. And slowly, negativity becomes a habit. But here's the truth. You cannot live a positive life with a negative mind. Your thoughts shape your feelings. Your feelings shape your actions. Your actions shape your future. So when negativity enters your mind, notice it. And then choose not to hold it. A simple technique to release negativity. Whenever something negative happens, do this. Pause. Don't react instantly. Take a slow breath. Imagine exhaling the negativity out of your body. Replace the thought. Say to yourself, This moment does not define my life. Move on. Shift your attention to something useful, calm, or positive. This small 4-step routine can completely change the way your mind handles negativity. Protect your peace. Not everyone deserves access to your emotions. Not every problem deserves your attention. Not every negative comment needs a response. Peace is your responsibility. Protect it like treasure. If someone's words hurt you, step away. If news stresses you, take a break. If a situation drains your energy, walk out. If your environment feels heavy, change it. If your own thoughts hurt you, gently correct them. Your mental peace is more valuable than winning arguments, proving your point, or holding grudges. Your mind is a garden. Imagine your mind as a beautiful garden. Every thought is a seed. Negative thoughts grow weeds. They spread fast and kill your joy. Positive thoughts grow flowers. They bring beauty, strength, and hope. You choose what grows. You choose what stays. You choose what you remove. Start removing the weeds. You deserve a mind full of calmness and strength. A final reminder. Negativity is just a visitor, not a permanent guest. Do not give it a home. Let it pass. Let it go. Choose peace over anger. Choose hope over doubt. Choose calmness over chaos. When you release negativity, you make space for happiness, clarity, and progress. Doubt is one of the most silent, dangerous enemies of progress. It doesn't shout. It doesn't force you. It simply whispers. Are you sure you can do it? What if you fail again? What if you're not good enough? What will people say? And slowly, without realizing it, you shrink. Your dreams shrink. Your confidence shrinks. Your entire life shrinks. That is why today's message is powerful and necessary. Let go of doubt. It is stopping you from becoming who you were meant to be. Lesson 3. Trust yourself again. Life becomes difficult not because we lack ability, but because we stop believing in the ability we already have. Every time you doubt yourself, you block your own path. The truth is simple. You are capable of far more than you think. Think about your life. There are challenges you survived. There are tough moments you overcame. There are goals you achieved even when you were scared. You have a long history of strength inside you. So why let one tiny doubt control your future? Where does doubt come from? Doubt isn't born inside you. It is created by past failures, judgment from others, negative experiences, fear of embarrassment, comparing yourself to others, lack of support. But remember this. Your past cannot decide your future. And other people's opinions cannot define your abilities. Doubt is not a truth. It is only a feeling. And feelings can be changed. A simple mindset shift. Whenever doubt appears, say this to yourself. I may not know everything yet, but I can learn anything I need. This sentence changes everything. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know the whole path. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need one thing. The courage to begin. Action destroys doubt. The moment you take even a small step, your fear loses power. Stop asking, what if I fail? Failure is not the end. Failure is information. Failure is experience. Failure is part of every success story. The only real failure is not trying. Instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask yourself, what if I succeed? What if this decision changes my life? What if this time things go right? Your mindset determines your future more than any skill or talent. Believe before proof arrives. Every great success began with belief. Even before results appeared. People who achieve big things do not wait for proof. They create it. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You don't need approval. You don't need validation. You just need to believe in yourself long enough for the results to show. Pride is tricky. It hides inside you quietly. It feels like strength. But often, it is the very thing holding you back. Sometimes, pride stops you from apologizing. Sometimes, pride stops you from learning. Sometimes, pride stops you from asking for help. And sometimes, pride stops you from becoming a better version of yourself. That is why today's message is important. Let go of pride, it steals the growth you deserve. Lesson 4, humility is strength, not weakness. Many people think being humble makes them small or powerless. But humility is actually a sign of maturity and inner strength. A humble person grows faster. Because they are willing to learn. Willing to listen. Willing to accept mistakes. And willing to improve. Pride blocks your mind. Humility opens your mind. Pride says, I already know everything. Humility says, I can always learn more. And the person who keeps learning will always rise higher than the person who refuses to grow. How pride holds you back. Pride quietly controls your decisions in ways you don't even notice. It stops you from admitting when you're wrong, forgiving others, trying new things, learning from criticism, accepting advice, changing unhealthy habits, acknowledging your weaknesses. Pride protects your ego, but destroys your progress. And here's the truth. Your ego cannot build your future. Your humility will. Learning begins when pride ends. Think about the most successful people in the world. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. They have one thing in common. They stay teachable. They listen. They ask questions. They accept feedback. They continue learning even after reaching the top. Because pride stops you from improving. But humility pushes you forward. A simple sentence can change your life. I don't know everything, but I am willing to learn. This is how strong people grow. Pride destroys relationships too. Pride doesn't just hurt your growth. It hurts your connections. It makes it difficult to apologize. It makes small issues become big arguments. It makes you stubborn even when you know you're wrong. Many relationships break. Not because people stop loving each other, but because they refuse to say, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Let's fix this. Letting go of pride does not make you weak. It makes you wise enough to protect what matters. A powerful mindset shift. Whenever pride tries to take over, remind yourself, my goal is growth, not perfection. Growth requires vulnerability. Growth requires honesty. Growth requires accepting that you are still learning. Your pride wants to keep you the same. Your future needs you to evolve. Choose the future. Overthinking is one of the biggest reasons people feel stuck in life. Not because they don't have good ideas. Not because they lack opportunities. But because their mind keeps spinning in circles without moving forward. Overthinking makes small problems look huge. It turns simple decisions into heavy stress. It wastes time, energy, and peace. Today's message is clear, simple, and life-changing. Let go of overthinking. It limits the life you're capable of living. Lesson 5. Don't let your mind become your prison. Your mind is a powerful tool. It can create solutions, ideas, dreams, and clarity. But when you overthink, your mind becomes your own jail. Think about how overthinking works. You think about something once, then again, and again, and again, until your mind feels exhausted. And the funny thing is, most of the things you fear never actually happen. Overthinking creates imaginary problems. It builds mountains out of tiny stones. It keeps you stressed about futures that don't even exist. You deserve peace. You deserve clarity. You deserve a calm mind. Why we overthink? Overthinking usually comes from fear of making mistakes, fear of judgment, lack of confidence, past failures, wanting everything to be perfect, worrying about other people's opinions, trying to control everything. But here's the truth. You will never control everything. And you don't need to. Life becomes easier the moment you accept this. The power of action. There is one way to destroy overthinking. Action. The moment you take a step forward, your mind stops creating imaginary scenarios. Action gives you answers. Overthinking gives you anxiety. For example, if you're scared to start something new, take one small step. A tiny step. And immediately, the fear becomes smaller. When you move, your mind becomes quiet. A simple technique to stop overthinking. Whenever your thoughts start spinning, try this 4-step method. Identify the thought. Notice what you're overthinking about. Ask yourself, is this a real problem or just a fear? Break the situation into one small step. Don't solve everything, just start somewhere. Do that one step. Action brings clarity. This technique works because the mind calms down when it sees progress. Let go of what you can't control. You cannot control people's opinions, the past, unexpected events, other people's actions, every outcome in life. But you can control your reaction, your effort, your attitude, your actions, your mindset. Put your energy where it actually matters. One of the biggest reasons people stay unhappy is this. They spend their whole life trying to please others. They change themselves to fit in. They hide their true personality. They stop doing what they love. And they constantly wonder, what will people think? Will they approve? Will they accept me? But here's the truth you must understand today. Let go of the need for approval. It's the fastest way to free yourself. Lesson 6. You don't need everyone's permission. When you live for approval, you become a prisoner of opinions. Your mood depends on what people say. Your decisions depend on their reactions. Your dreams depend on their comfort. You slowly lose your true self. But the reality is, people will judge you no matter what you do. Even if you do everything perfectly, someone will still have something to say. So why waste your life trying to impress people who don't even know your struggles? Why sacrifice your happiness to please people who wouldn't sacrifice anything for you? Freedom begins the moment you stop chasing approval. People's opinions are temporary. Think about it. People forget quickly. People change their minds. People get busy with their own problems. Their opinions about you are not permanent. Their words do not define your worth. Their thoughts cannot control your destiny. What people say is not a fact. It's just noise. And noise should never decide the direction of your life. Be true to yourself. Ask yourself honestly, what kind of life do I want? What makes me happy? What feels right for my future? Your life belongs to you, not to people who judge you from the outside. You don't need to explain your dreams. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to seek permission to be yourself. Once you stop performing for others, you finally start living for yourself. Signs you're seeking approval too much. You constantly worry about what others think. Change your decisions to avoid criticism. Say yes when you want to say no. Hide your real opinions. Avoid taking risks. Compare your life with others. Feel guilty when people disapprove. These are signs that you're living outside your true identity. And nothing feels heavier than pretending to be someone you're not. A powerful mindset shift. Whenever you feel scared of judgment, remind yourself, their opinion will pass. My decision will shape my life. And that is what matters. You are the one who will live with the results of your choices, not them. So choose based on your future, not their approval. Bad habits don't destroy your life in one moment. They destroy it slowly, quietly, little by little. Sometimes you don't even realize it's happening, until suddenly you feel stuck, unmotivated, or disappointed in yourself. That's why today's message is essential. Let go of bad habits, because your future depends on what you do daily. Lesson 7. Your habits shape your life. Your life is not built by big actions. Instead, it is shaped by the small actions you repeat every day. These small habits decide your mindset, energy, discipline, confidence, opportunities, and your overall future. A good habit strengthens you. A bad habit weakens you. And the scary part? Most bad habits feel comfortable, that's why they stay. Recognize the habits holding you back. Bad habits appear in many forms. Procrastinating important tasks. Scrolling on your phone for hours. Sleeping late. Avoiding responsibilities. Unhealthy eating. Comparing yourself to others. Wasting time with the wrong people. Complaining instead of acting. Saying I'll start tomorrow every day. Each of these habits steals a little bit of your potential. Imagine where you would be today if you had replaced just one bad habit with a good one 6 months ago. Your entire life would feel different. Why is it hard to break bad habits? Because bad habits give you quick comfort, no effort, temporary pleasure, an escape from reality. But they also give you long-term regret, stress, loss of confidence, lack of progress, wasted time, an unclear future. Good habits, on the other hand, feel difficult at first, but give you long-term peace and progress. So you must choose. Short-term comfort or long-term success? Replace, don't just remove. A powerful method to break a habit is not to simply stop it. Instead, replace it. For example, instead of scrolling at night, read for 10 minutes. Instead of complaining, write one thing you're grateful for. Instead of sleeping late, fix a bedtime routine. Instead of wasting time with negativity, listen to something uplifting. Instead of saying I'll start tomorrow, take one small action today. When you replace a bad habit, your mind adapts faster because the empty space is filled with something positive. The power of small steps. You don't need to change everything at once. Start small. Change one habit. Do it for 7 days. Then 14 days. Then a month. Once you master one habit, add another one. Success is simply good habits repeated consistently. Excuses are comfortable. They protect you from effort, responsibility, and fear. But they also protect you from success. Every time you say, I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'm not ready. I'll start tomorrow. You are not stopping the world. You are only stopping yourself. Today's message is direct and powerful. Let go of excuses, because they are the walls standing between you and your potential. Lesson 8, your life changes when excuses end. Excuses feel safe. They let you avoid discomfort. They allow you to stay in your comfort zone. But the comfort zone is not where growth happens. Nothing great ever comes from staying comfortable. Think about anything you're proud of in life. Did it come easily? Or did it require effort, courage, and pushing yourself? Every meaningful change requires stepping out of excuses and stepping into action. Excuses are lies we tell ourselves. Excuses are not facts. They are stories we create to avoid facing our fears. Here are some common excuses and the truth behind them. Excuse, I don't have time. Truth, you haven't made it a priority yet. Excuse, I'm not ready. Truth, no one ever feels fully ready, you gain readiness by starting. Excuse, it's too hard. Truth, everything is hard at the beginning, it becomes easier with consistency. Excuse, I might fail. Truth, failure is part of success. Avoiding failure means avoiding growth. Excuse, people will judge me. Truth, people judge you anyway, don't waste your life trying to impress them. Excuses are comfortable lies that keep you small. Take back control. Your life becomes powerful when you say, I am responsible for my future. Not your parents. Not your friends. Not your past. Not your environment. Not your circumstances. You. Once you accept responsibility, you remove excuses from your vocabulary. Responsibility leads to action. Action leads to progress. Progress leads to success. Start small, but start. You don't need to make huge changes instantly. Just start small. 10 minutes of study. 1 page of reading. 1 small workout. 1 new habit. 1 step forward. The moment you start, momentum begins. Your mind becomes stronger. Your excuses become weaker. Progress is built on small, consistent steps. Not on waiting for the perfect moment. Your future self is watching you. Imagine the version of you 1 year from now. More confident, more disciplined, more successful. That version of you is waiting. But they can only appear if you stop saying, "I'll start tomorrow." Every day you delay, you extend the distance between who you are and who you could become. Let go of excuses today, so your future self can thank you tomorrow. Fear is natural. Everyone feels it, even the strongest people you know. Fear is a signal that something matters, something challenges you, or something is new. But while fear is normal, letting fear control your life is not. The truth is simple. Let go of fear, because most of your limits exist only in your mind. Lesson 9, fear blocks what could be yours. Fear doesn't always stop you with loud warnings. Sometimes it whispers quietly. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? What if I lose? What if something goes wrong? But ask yourself, how many dreams have you killed with what if? How many chances did you reject? How many opportunities did you avoid? Not because you couldn't do something, but because fear convinced you not to try. Imagine how powerful your life would become if you stopped giving fear the steering wheel. Fear lies, courage reveals the truth. Fear tells you, you can't. But courage says, you can try. Fear says, you will embarrass yourself. But courage says, you will learn something new. Fear says, stay where you are. But courage says, move, even if the step is small. Every time you choose courage over fear, you expand your world. You grow. You evolve. You become stronger. Fear shrinks your life. Courage opens it. Most fear is imagination. Think of all the things you were once afraid of, and now they feel normal or easy. Your fear was never about reality. It was about your imagination. Most fear is created by the mind, not by real danger. Your heart beats fast. Your mind builds negative scenarios. And suddenly the smallest thing feels impossible. But when you take action, you realize something magical. Fear becomes smaller the moment you walk toward it. A powerful method to beat fear. Whenever you feel scared, try this simple approach. Step 1, identify the fear. Say it clearly. I am afraid of this. Step 2, break it into one small step. Don't fight the whole fear. Just take one tiny action. Step 3, act immediately. Don't wait. Action creates courage. Waiting creates more fear. Step 4, celebrate the step. Even the smallest progress is victory. Repeat this process and your fear will lose its power. Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. This is important. Brave people also feel fear. The difference is, they move with fear. They don't wait for fear to disappear. They don't wait to feel perfectly confident. They don't wait for ideal conditions. They move anyway. And the moment you move, fear transforms into strength. You've learned 9 powerful lessons. 9 things you must release to live a peaceful, strong, and meaningful life. But now we reach the final message. The one that ties everything together. Let go of everything that doesn't help you grow. This includes the past, the negativity, the doubt, the pride, the overthinking, the need for approval, the excuses, the fear, and every mental chain that has been keeping you from becoming your true self. This final part is your reminder That you have the power to rise above anything holding you down. Lesson 10, your future needs a lighter you. Your future is calling you. Your future wants you to grow. Wants you to shine. Wants you to become the strongest version of yourself. But to step into that future, you must stop carrying unnecessary weight. Imagine trying to climb a mountain with a heavy backpack full of useless stones. Would you reach the top? No, the weight would pull you down. In life, those stones are your mental burdens. Letting them go doesn't make you weak. It makes you ready. You can't move forward while holding backwards. Many people want progress, but refuse to release what's holding them in place. They want new opportunities, but are still tied to old habits. They want a healthy mind, but keep feeding negative thoughts. They want peace, but hold on to grudges. They want a new life, but cling to the old one. You cannot walk into your best future while holding hands with your past. Let go. Close the chapter. Turn the page. Start fresh. Detaching doesn't mean you don't care. This is important. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. Letting go doesn't mean you don't value what happened. Letting go doesn't mean you're heartless. It simply means you choose peace over pain. You choose growth over repeating the same cycle. You choose your future over your old wounds. You deserve a life that feels light. A life where your mind is clear, your heart is calm, your purpose is strong, your dreams feel possible, your habits support your growth, your choices reflect your inner strength. This kind of life becomes possible only when you remove what doesn't belong anymore. Release the heaviness. Release the pressure. Release the expectations. Release the old versions of yourself. Give yourself permission to be new. Your new beginning starts now. You don't need a perfect moment. You don't need a sign. You don't need permission. Your new beginning can start right here, right now. Breathe deeply. Feel the weight leaving your body. Feel the space opening in your heart. Feel the freedom entering your mind. You are not the person you were yesterday. You are growing. You are healing. You are becoming stronger. Your future is ready for you. And you are ready for it. Let go of everything holding you back. And watch how life opens for you in ways you never imagined.